तत्रोपनीता भलयो रविर्दीपं विवाद्रुताः आत्मारामं पूर्णकामं निजलाभेन नित्यदा प्रीति उत्फुल्ला मुखा प्रोचुर्हर्षगद्गदया गिरा पितारं सर्वसुहृदम् अवितारामिवार्भकाः तत्रोपनीता भलयो रविर्दीपं विवाद्रुताः आत्मारामं पूर्णकामं निजलाभेन नित्यदा प्रीति उत्फुल्ला मुखा प्रोचुर्हर्षगद्गदया गिरा पितारां सर्वसुहृदम् अवितारामिव अर्भकाः तत्रोपनीता भलयो रविर्दीपं इवाद्रुताः आत्मारामं पूर्णकामं निजलाभेन नित्यदा प्रीति उत्फुल्ला मुखा प्रोचुर्हर्षगद्गदया गिरा पितरं सर्वसुहृदम् अवितारम् इव अर्भकाः. Mataji, want to go to 6th verse? Natahasmate nada sadangripankajam virinchi vairincha surendra vandidam parayanam shemam icchetam param nayatra kalaha prabhavet paraprabhu natahasmate nada sadangripankajam virinchi vairincha surendra vandidam parayanam shemam icchetam param nayatra kalaha prabhavet paraprabhu Natahasmate nada sadangri pankajam virinchi vairincha surendra vanditam parayanam kshemam icchetam param nayatra kala prabhavet paraprabhu. Please recite. Mataji, please want to go to 4-5 first.
I think we can recite 6, or you want everybody to recite all 3? I think generally the way we do it is if there are more than one verse, the last verse or the first verse we recite. So your choice, you can ask us to recite either 4, 5 or 6.
6 is fine, Mataji.
Okay. So everybody can recite verse 6. Go ahead, Mother Sutapa.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Natah smate natasham kriya pankajam virincha shurandra vanditam parayenam sheman yechitam param nayatra kalaha prabhavet para prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Natah smate nat Tadangri pankajam virinchaya surendra vanditam parayanam shemam ihechatam param nayatra kalaha prabhaveta paraha prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Natasmate natha sadangri pankajam virincha vairincha surendra vanditam parayanam kshemam ichchatam param nayatra kala prabhavet paraprabhu.
Hare Krishna. Natasmate nath sadati pankajam virincha vairincha surendra vanditam parayanam kshemam ichchitam param nayatra kalaha prabhavet para prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Nataha smate nada sadangri pankajam virinchi vairincha surendra vanditam parayanam kshemamichetam param nayatra kalaha prabhavet parah prabhu.
Okay. Synonyms. Tatra, thereupon. Upanita, having offered. Balayaha, presentations, Ravehe, up to the sun, Deepam, lamp, Iva, like Adrutaha, being evaluated, Atmaramam, unto the self-sufficient, Purna Kamam, fully satisfied, Nijalabena, by his own potencies, Nichada, one who supplies incessantly, Preeti, affection, Utfulla Mukaha, cheerful faces, Prochuhu said, Harsha, gladdened, Gadgadaya, ecstatic, Gira, speeches, Pitaram, unto the father, Sarva, all, Suhrudam, friends, Avitaram, the guardian, Iva, like Arbakaha, words. Translation. The citizens arrived before the Lord with their respective presentations, offering them to the fully satisfied and self-sufficient one, who by his own potency incessantly supplies others. These presentations were like the offering of a lamp to the sun. Yet the citizens began to speak in ecstatic language to receive the Lord, just as words welcome their guardian and father. Purport. By His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Lord Krishna is described herein as Atma Rama. He is self-sufficient, and there is no need for him to seek happiness from anything beyond himself. He is self-sufficient because his very transcendental existence is total bliss. He is eternally existent. He is all cognizant and all blissful. Therefore, any presentation, however valuable it may be, is not needed by him. But still, because he is the well-wisher for one and all, he accepts from everyone everything that is offered to him in pure devotional service. It is not that he is in want for such things, because the things are themselves generated from his energy. The comparison made herein that making offerings to the Lord is something like offering a lamp in the worship of the sun god. Anything fairy and illuminating is but an emanation of the energy of the sun. And yet to worship the sun god, it is necessary to offer him a lamp. In the worship of the sun, there is some sort of demand made by the worshipper. But in the case of devotional service to the Lord, there is no question of demand from either side. It is all sign of pure love and affection between the Lord and the devotee. The Lord is the supreme father of all living beings. And therefore, those who are conscious of this vital relation with God can make filial demands from the Father. And the Father is pleased to supply the demands of such obedient sons without bargaining. The Lord is just like the desire tree, and from him everyone can have everything by the causeless mercy of the Lord. As the Supreme Father, the Lord, however, does not supply to a pure devotee what is considered to be a barrier to the discharge of devotional service. Those who are engaged in the devotional service of the Lord can rise to the position of unalloyed devotional service by his transcendental attraction. Text 6. Nataha. Synonyms. Nataha, bowed down. Sma, we had done so. Te, unto you. Natha, O Lord. Sadha, always. Angri Pankajam, the lotus feet. Virincha, Brahma, the first living being. Vairincha, sons of Brahma like Sanaka and Sanatana. Sura Indra, the king of heaven. Vanditam, worshipped by. Parayanam, the supreme. Kshemam, welfare. Iha, in this life. Ichatam, one who so desires. Param, the highest. Na, never. Yatra, wherein. Kalaha, inevitable time. Pravave, can exert its influence. Paraha, transcendental. Prabhu, the supreme Lord. Translation. The citizens said, O Lord, you are worshipped by all demigods like Brahma, the four sanas, and even the king of heaven. You are the ultimate rest for those who are really aspiring to achieve the highest benefit of life. You are the supreme transcendental Lord, and inevitable time cannot exert its influence upon you. Purport. The Supreme Lord is Sri Krishna as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Samhita, and other authorized Vedic literatures. No one is equal to or greater than him, and that is the verdict of all scriptures. The influence of time and space is exerted upon the dependent living entities, who are all parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. The living entities are predominated Brahma, whereas the Supreme Lord is the predominating Absolute. As soon as we forget this clear fact, we are at once in illusion and thus we are put into threefold miseries, as one is put into dense darkness. The clear consciousness of the cognizant living being is God consciousness, in which one bows down unto him in all circumstances. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chikchuhu Unmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Yuta Padakamalan Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sacha. Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitam Sacha. Om Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpataro Bascha Krupa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkrupatamaham vande Sri Gurum Dinatarana. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So here we are continuing with chapter 11, where Krishna entering Dwaraka. So we previous devotees covered first 3 verses. Today we are going to discuss about verses 4, 5, and 6. Here Krishna entered Dwaraka, first blowing his conch shell. So actually Krishna completed the Kurukshetra war. He came to, and in the previous chapter we discussed about Kunti Devi prayers and how Krishna saved Parikshit Maharaj. And now Krishna came to Dwaraka. As soon as he entered Dwaraka, he blew his conch shell Panchajanya. And hearing this tumultuous sound, all the citizens of Dwaraka, they ran towards Krishna. They gathered and they ran towards Krishna. They came to Krishna. Actually, all these Dwaraka Vasis, they are all liberated souls. They descended from the spiritual world. And they are in so much separation with Krishna. And they wanted eagerly see the Krishna. So that's why they gathered and they ran towards Krishna. And now in this 4th verse, they are going to first, as soon as they saw Krishna, actually they all brought presentations to give to Krishna. And it's like in material world, we see whenever there is a celebrity, some famous personality, people would gather around him. But here, he's not a celebrity, he's the supreme personality of Godhead. And all the citizens of Dwaraka, they are all liberated souls. They are all Nitya Muktas. So we can see, like we can experience how much ecstasy they are feeling to come to Krishna and to see him and to offer presentation and to glorify Krishna. And in this 4th and 5th verse, in this 4th verse, Suta Goswami, he was explaining how all the citizens, let me just go to that verse. All the citizens came to Krishna and they're offering all the presentations to the Krishna. So here, Suta Goswami used very important words. Like first one is Atma Rama and Purna Kama Nijalavena Nityada. So Atma Rama, Atma means, Atma has different meanings. Here Atma means self, and here Supreme Brahman. So here it is mentioned towards Krishna. So Atma Rama means self-sufficient. Actually, Krishna is self-sufficient. That is what Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport. His very transcendental existence is total bliss. So he is fully, he is self-sufficient. So there is no need for him to seek happiness from anything beyond himself. So he doesn't need anything from anyone. So now here the citizens are bringing presentations to the Lord, but Krishna doesn't require anything. He is self-sufficient. Actually, the whole material world, aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate, everything emanated from him. It's like everything belongs to him. So yeah, but still, citizens, out of respect and love and affection, they brought the presentations. It is like, for example, a father gives $100 to his son, and his son, instead of spending the whole money, he goes to the shop and he buys a $10 gift and give it back to the father. So the father feels so happy. He will recognize that son, so he will show his affection to the son. Similarly, it's like a Krishna store. This whole world is like a Krishna store. So in this Krishna store, there are a lot of flowers, there are a lot of gifts, lot of things to offer to Krishna, and we take one thing and we give it back to him. So even if we give or if we don't give, there is no loss or gain for him. But it is for our own interest. It is for our own benefit. We have to offer things to Krishna. So then, okay, Krishna will recognize, okay, this person has offered something to me. Then Krishna will recognize him as a devotee. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Upahritam Asnami Prayatatmanaha. So if you offer even a patram, a leaf, a flower, or water, Krishna will accept. If you offer them in love and devotion, Krishna will accept it. So Krishna doesn't need anything. Actually, he is the Matta Parataram Nanyat Kinchit Astit Dhananjaya. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is nothing beyond him. So everything is within him. He doesn't need anything. But out of he wants our love and affection. He's Bhavagrahi Janardana. He needs our pure consciousness. So he doesn't check, okay, what we are offering. Oh, this is very good. No, he doesn't check the item. So he needs our love and affection. He needs our pure consciousness. So here, Sudha Goswami, he compared this like showing a lamp to Surya Dev, Surya Narayana. So in this material world, anything which is illuminating, which is nothing but emanation from the energy of the sun. So like offering a lamp to the Surya Narayana, it doesn't make any sense. But out of devotion and out of love and affection, we offer to Krishna. That is what it is needed. So, but at initial stages and not even at initial stages, because so with our conditioned life, since we are Nitya Baddhas, we may not be that pure and that affectionate towards Krishna, because our consciousness is not very pure. So that is why we offer everything to the Krishna through our Guru Parampara. So we offer it towards our Guru and Srila Prabhupada. Whatever we offer it through Guru. So that way, Krishna accepts whatever we offer. So sometimes we may not be very pure. Our consciousness may not be very pure. So that is why we offer everything to Guru through Srila Prabhupada. So whatever we offers through pure devotee, then Krishna definitely accepts it. When we offer directly, he may or may not accept. So that's why we have to offer it through Guru. And then the next word, Suta Goswami uses like Purna Kamam. So, and fully satisfied. Krishna is fully satisfied. Atma Ramam, he is self-sufficient, and Purna Kamam, he is fully satisfied. Nijalabena Nichada. So by his own potency, he incessantly supplies to others. So in Isavasya Upanishad invocation, we have this wonderful mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avasishyate. So here, actually, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is complete and very perfect. He is the complete whole. Purnamada Purnamidam. So he is complete, he is completely perfect. So he is fully satisfied. He doesn't need anything. Actually, Purnat Purna Mudachyate. Whatever emanates from him, that is also complete. So this material world which emanated from him, that is complete in itself. And Purnasya Purnamadaya, what is produced from this complete whole is also complete. And Purnameva Avasishyate. Though so many complete units emanate from him, still he is complete. So in material world, for example, if you take mathematics, so 1 minus 1 equal to 0. But in spiritual world, it is not like that. Even 1 minus 1 equal to 1. So Krishna is always complete. He is a complete whole. So whatever, even though there are so many complete units emanate from him, he is still complete. So that is why he is called Purna Kamam. So he is fully satisfied. So that is why, because he is the Supreme. And Prahlad Maharaj also says in Bhagavatam, Nijalavena Purno. So when he was glorifying the Narasimhadev, he says, Prahlad Maharaj, Nijalava Purno. So actually, Lord is always satisfied in himself. So he doesn't need to be satisfied by the service of the others. So he is always fully satisfied. He doesn't need any service from anyone. But if we offer service, it is for our benefit. By the causeless mercy of the Lord, he would accept our service. And actually, in the same verse, in Prahlad Maharaj gives one analogy. So if you decorate your face, and if you go in front of the mirror, the same face is seen in the mirror. So it is like that. If we offer service to the Lord, we get benefited. He doesn't need any service from him. Out of his causeless mercy, he would accept our service, and we would get the satisfaction. Since Lord is already satisfied, fully satisfied, he doesn't need anything. So, but if we offer devotional service, if we offer some service to him, we would be satisfied. So that is the trick here. So by connecting to Krishna, we get satisfied. So even for example, Srila Prabhupada says Krishna doesn't even need temple, because he created the whole world. He created millions of planets. He created millions of universes. So he can create many temples, but even a temple, that is for our benefit, because we install deity there, we install Krishna, Radha Krishna, and we worship him. It is for our benefit. We glorify the Krishna, we praise the Krishna. So we appreciate the Krishna, and we distribute the prasadam, and we read Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and we will have a devotee association. That is for our benefit. So Krishna doesn't need any service from anyone. And Nijalavena Nicheda. So he can instantly supply to others, right? So Krishna can give everything to us. So if we do service, and sometimes he's like a father to us. Here, even citizens, they are glorifying Krishna as Pitaram Sarva Suhridam. So Krishna is like a father. So Lord is the father to everyone. Pita aham asya jagato mata dhata pitamaha. So one who recognizes this relationship. So when we know that Krishna is the father, when we recognize that Krishna is our father, so we can sometimes make some loving demands from him. So that father can supply those demands without any bargaining. So actually Krishna is like a desire tree. He can fulfill our desires. But however, to pure devotees, Krishna doesn't give anything. If he thinks that if it is going to create some barrier in his devotional service, he would only supply that to the extent that is needed to the devotee. So akamaha sarva kamoha moksha kama udaradehi. Even if we have a desire, we go to Krishna. We don't go to any other devatas or demigods. So, but when we serve Krishna, when we do our devotional service to Krishna, he would purify us and he would only give what we need. He doesn't supply anything if it is going to create a barrier in our devotional service. And now, after seeing Krishna, after offering all his presentations to Krishna, so all the citizens of Dwaraka Vasis, they started praying to Krishna. They started glorifying Krishna in the 6th verse. So like a child, here the Sutta Goswami used the word arbakaha, like a words. They praise their guardians. Like arbakaha means some literal meaning is bala, something. So like a small kid, small baby praising his father. So similarly, so here the citizens, the Dwaraka Vasis, glorifying the Lord in the 6th verse. So here in the 6th verse, let me go to that. They started with Nata Hasmate Nada Sadangri Pankajam Virinchi Vairincha Surendra Vanditam. So Nata Hasmate Nata. So they used they are saying we are bowing down to you, to your lotus feet, and they use the word Natha. This is a very wonderful word. So Natha means O Lord. Even in Sikshashtakam, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorifies Krishna as Prananath. So Sikshashtakam 8th verse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the incarnation of Krishna in the devotee form. He glorifies Krishna on the 8th verse like this, like Aslishyava Padaratam Pinashtumam Adarsanat Marmahatam Karotva Yada Tadava Vidhatu Lampato Mat Prananadastu Sa Evana Aparaha. Mat Prananada. So whether you embrace me, whether you trample me, whether you break my heart by being not visible to me, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, you are my Prananad. So you are my Lord of life. You are my only worshipable Lord. So no one else. So Prananada. So this Nata is a very wonderful word which is used by citizens of Dwaraka Vasis while glorifying Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada also quotes this word many times. Especially he uses this Emunacharya Stotra Ratna. So Emunacharya, he was the spiritual master of Sripada Padmacharya from Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. So he has written a wonderful prayer to Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada uses this prayer many times. He says, Emunacharya says, Kadaham Aikantika Nichakinkaraha Praharashishyami Sajivita Sanada Jivitam. He uses the word Sanada Jivitam. He is praying to the Lord, okay, when shall I become unalloyed devotee? When shall I become jubilant and that I have got a perfect master, Sanada Jivitam. So actually we should live like that, Sanada. So Sanada means having the perfect master, having the Lord, being under the protection of the Lord. So we have the word called Anada. Anada means with no master. So most of the nowadays everyone behaves like another, because in this Kali Yuga, so no one recognizes the God, and they lead the godless life. So that is why they are called anada. Srila Prabhupada terms them as anada. So they don't have any master. They are trying to live independently, but they are leading very miserable life. But when you lead the life like sanada jivitam, so when you recognize the Lord and when you surrender to Him, so then Lord starts giving you protection. That is called sanada jivitam. So that is what Yamunacharya here, he is praying to the Lord. Let me, you become my master. Please, you become my master, and please bring me under your protection. Sanada jivitam. And Srila Prabhupada says street dog, and there is a street dog, and which doesn't have a master, but there is a dog, another dog which has a master. So street dog, so it is not under any protection, and it is never happy. And so people throw some items at him, and people do not feed the street dogs. But especially we see it in India, not here. But the dog which is having master, it feels always protected, right? So because if you see it in US, so they feel very protected, and so they are supplied by all the food and all the necessities. So that is what highlighted here, sanada jivitam. We have to have we have to have that kind of ideal life. We have to accept Krishna as our Lord, and we have to come under his protection. So actually, to get to that level, first we have to accept a bona fide spiritual master and take his shelter, and then definitely if you are very sincere, if you pray to Krishna, definitely Krishna would provide you a bona fide spiritual master, and he will bring you under his protection. So it all depends upon our sincerity. If we are sincere, definitely Krishna would make our life like, live our life like sanata jivitam, coming under his protection. And here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, Krishna is the supreme. So it is established in all Vedic scriptures and Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Agamas, Samhitas. So they all glorify Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. It is revealed in all the scriptures. So I'll quickly cover one thing. So here, in especially Narayana Upanishad, it is mentioned Narayana Brahma Jayate, Narayana Ekadasa Rudra Jayante, Brahmanyo Devaki Putraha. So actually, from the Narayana, the Brahma is born. From the Narayana, the Rudras are born. So, and who is that Brahma? Who is that Parabrahma? Brahmanyo Devaki Putraha. The son of Devaki, Krishna is that supreme personality. So it is, so Krishna is glorified, and Krishna is revealed as a supreme personality of Godhead in all Vedic scriptures, in Upanishads, like in Gopalatapani Upanishad. So yo brahmanam vidadati purvam yo vai vedam chagapayati sma Krishna. So it is Krishna who disseminated the knowledge of Vedas to Brahma initially. And even in Samaveda, Chandogya Upanishad, Krishna is glorified as Krishnaya Devaki Putrayo. So and also many other Upanishads. There are many other Upanishads. Krishna's name is directly mentioned. Krishna Upanishad, Vasudeva Upanishad, Mahanarayana Upanishad. So all these scriptures that they reveal Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. Even we know in Brahma Samhita, Brahma, he glorifies Krishna as Isvara Parama Krishna. And even in Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami, Suta Goswami, he glorifies Krishna as Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. So when he was explaining about the various incarnations, he glorifies Krishna as when he was started talking about Krishna, he glorifies Krishna as Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Lord Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All others are his plenary portions, or portions of the plenary. So here Bhaga means Shadaishvarya Purnaha. So he has full of he is full in all six opulences. like he is full of all strength, he is full of all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, all renunciation. So Bhagavan, Bhaga means he has the 6 qualities in full. That is why he's called Bhagavan. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And also Bhagavatam in first verse, we know, right? Janmadi yasya eto anvayaditarascha ardesha vigna swaraj. So all this creation, maintenance, and all this destruction, everything, everything emanates from Krishna. And he is avignaha, he is fully cognizant, and is swarat, he is fully independent. So, and in the same verse, in the Bhagavatam, first verse, it is Satcham Param Dhimahi. So, I do meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. So, this Vasudeva, Krishna, so he is the supreme personality of Godhead. And in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna mentions Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. I am the source of all the planets. And Matta Parataram Nane, there is no truth beyond him. And also Arjuna also glorifies Krishna as Param Brahma, Parandama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Sasvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum. So he glorifies Krishna as the supreme Brahman, and he is the supreme abode. So the supremacy of Krishna is well established on all Vedic scriptures. And here the Dwarkavas is now glorifying Krishna, and they are going down to the lotus feet of Krishna, Sadangri Pankajam. So we discussed in detail about this lotus feet of Krishna in Kunti Devi prayers. Kunti Devi also glorified Krishna, all transcendental bodily parts of Krishna. She compared with the lotus flower. So we discussed in detail, and wanted to add one more point. So this Lord's lotus feet is worshipped by Siva Virinchi Nutam Saranyam. So in 11th canto of Bhagavatam, when Narada Muni, he was teaching to Vasudeva, Krishna's father, Vasudeva, when he was teaching, he was glorifying Krishna like this Siva Virinchi Nutam Saranyam. So Vande Mahapurushet Cha Aravindam. So even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, they bow down at the lotus feet of the Krishna. So they wanted to take the shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. So what about what to speak of Jivas? So, and actually Lord's lotus feet is always, we discussed about Lord's lotus feet is compared with lotus flower, because a lotus, even though it is born in mud, it maintains its purity, and it is very, very beautiful. Even though it is within the water, it never becomes wet. So, so that is why Lord's feet is always compared with lotus flower, and also pure devotees, they want to concentrate on the lotus feet of the Krishna. Because the more you concentrate on lotus feet of Krishna, the more you become humble. The more we are humble, the more the Lord leans towards us. Actually, the more we are humble, the less we commit offenses. Actually, the humbleness, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, right? Kirtaniya Sadahari. Become like a grass in the street, straw in the street, and tolerant like a, become like a, tolerate things like a grass. So he says, Kirtaniya Sadhari. In that mood, we have to glorify the Lord Hari. So the more we become humble, the less we commit offenses especially to the devotees. So the less we commit offenses, the more we progress in our life. So that is why we have to always concentrate on lotus feet of Krishna. And actually, the offenses to the devotees, they are like a mad elephant entering into a garden and ruining everything. So actually, the offenses at the lotus feet at the devotees are especially to the pure devotees, it ruins our bhakti. So we have to definitely guard against this, and we have to be very, very careful with that. So the more we concentrate on the lotus feet of Krishna, the more we become humble. The more we become humble, the less we commit offenses. And even the Lord lean towards us. And next, prayer, citizens, Dwarkavas is praying, Virinchi Vairincha Surendra Vanditam. So the Lord is worshipped by Virinchi. Virinchi means Brahma and Vairincha. So his 4 Kumaras, Sanat, Sanatana, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara. So they are all worshipped by, they all worship Krishna. Even Surendra, Indra, he also worships Krishna. All these demigods, they all worship Krishna. And especially these 4 Kumaras, they were actually initially impersonalists. They were concentrating on impersonal Brahma Jyoti, and they were inclined towards impersonal form of the Krishna. But when they saw Krishna, when they went to Vaikuntha Loka, when they smell that aroma of tulasi and saffron from his lotus feet, Padaravinda Kinjalka Mishra Tulasi Makaranda Vayu, when they smelled the aroma of tulasi and saffron from his lotus feet, they become a pure devotees of Krishna, Vishnu. So, here it is mentioned they are praying like Surendra Vanditam, even Lord Indra, who bows down to Krishna, all the demigods. Even in Bhagavatam 10th canto, we have this. Lord Indra says, okay, I cannot give, when he was giving boon to one devotee, Muchikunda, so I don't want to get into details, but he says, so I can give everything, nothing but liberation. Only Mukunda, Krishna can only give the liberation, Krishna or Vishnu, no one else can give the liberation, even Lord Shiva. So, and now in the same prayer, they are praying like they are glorifying Krishna, Parayanam Kshemam. So it is the supreme welfare. So because the worshipping Krishna is a supreme welfare activity for everyone, for all of us. So because it would give you the highest benefit, the love of Godhead, Krishna Prema. So even in the first canto, it is mentioned like Bejiro Munayo Athagre Bhagavantam Adokshayam Sattvam Visuddham Kshemaya. So to get the highest benefit, ultimate benefit, we have to worship Lord Vasudeva. So Adokshaya, Lord Adokshaya, because he is above the 3 modes. Sattvam Visuddham, his existence is above the 3 modes. All other demigods, devatas, they are under the 3 modes. They can't give you the liberation. So only Sattvam Visuddham, only Krishna or Vishnu Tattvas can give the liberation. So that is why they are using this word Kshemam, supreme welfare. That is the supreme welfare for everyone. To get rid of from this karmic cycle of birth and death, and to engage in the loving devotional service of the Krishna. That is the ultimate goal and aim of everyone's life. That is the object of this human life. So that can be only derived by worshipping the Lord Vasudeva and Krishna. That gives the ultimate benefit to the living entity. And then they are glorifying Krishna, Ichetam Param. So one who desires this ultimate benefit, so they must worship Krishna. So even in first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we have this Mumukshava Gora Rupan Hitva Bhuta Patinada. So if you are aiming for the ultimate goal, you have to worship the Krishna or his forms, his Vishnu Tattvas. So even if you worship any other demigods, it's not going to benefit you. It would give you antavanto tu phalam tat bhavati alphamedasam. So men of small intelligence, they worship demigods, and their results are temporary, but only worshipping the Lord Vasudeva, Krishna, will get the ultimate benefit, because he would purify us, he would give what we need, and he would make sure that we are in that path, and he definitely finally he will take us back to home, back to Godhead, by giving his Krishna Prema. And so one important thing in the purport, I would end with this, is mentioned like Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada mentions, so actually by understanding this fact, we surrender to Krishna. What is that? So actually Krishna is Vibhu and we are Anus. Krishna is unlimited and we are just limited. Anuraniyan Mahato Mayan. He is greater than the greatest, smaller than the smallest. We are just Anus and Krishna is Vibhu, and we are Bhuktis. We are sustained, we are maintained, but Krishna is Bhokta. He is the maintainer and he is the master. And Krishna is the Paramatma, he is the super soul, we are Atma, and we are the minute souls. So actually, if you understand this fact, we are the minute souls, and we are never equal to Krishna. We can never become Krishna. If we understand this fact, and one can easily surrender to Krishna, and they will get the ultimate benefit of that. They can reach the highest goal in their life. So because we forget this fact, we are put into this material world. So that is called illusion. So we think that we are equal to Krishna, especially if you listen to Mayavadi philosophy. They say, oh, everyone is equal to Krishna, everyone is equal to God. That is not at all right. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Mayavada Bhashya Sunile Haya Sarvanas. So your whole devotional service and everything will get spoiled if you listen to the Mayavadis. So this Krishna consciousness means one should think that he is subordinate to Krishna and he should bow down to him in all circumstances. That is called Saranagati. So when we do that kind of Saranagati, Sarvadharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Saranam Raja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami Masuja. So if you do that kind of Saranagati, so Krishna will definitely show us the path, show you the path, and he would definitely give that ultimate bestow that ultimate benefit to us. So I'll stop here, chant and be happy. And please forgive me if I spoke anything wrong. Please let me know for any corrections, comments, or reflections or questions. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, especially at short notice, adding verses 4 and 5. If anybody has any questions or reflections, please just unmute yourself and go ahead. Some of these verses are more for us to meditate on, and you know, like you were saying, always remember that we are Anu and he's Vibhu. You know, we hear this a lot. Now I think the point is for us to actually absorb that point in and act accordingly. For me, that is what this class seemed to be. It's just a reminder of all those points that we hear all the time, but to actually let it sink in and try to practice it.
Yeah, yes, Mother. So Srila Prabhupada also says in the purport, so that is called Krishna consciousness. When we think we are subordinate to Krishna and when we do devotional service in that mode, that is the ultimate, that would give us the ultimate benefit.
Yes, sometimes we just get absorbed in our service, and you know, we sometimes, and I won't say all the time, we forget why we are doing what we are doing, and that consciousness has to be always active, and we need to remember why we are doing what we are doing and how we should be doing it.
Yes. Yeah, this is one of the wonderful prayers. So now the Dwarkavasis are going to glorify Krishna in some more verses, coming verses. Yeah, wonderful prayers, and there we can memorize these prayers and we can take benefit from them.
Yeah. All right, if there are, Dronacharya Prabhu, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Sesapati Govind Prabhu. Very nice, very nicely delivered class. Just reflecting on one of the points you were making. You're mentioning how basically Krishna is providing everything. You gave the example of a child. They may get $10 from their father, and then they go to the store and they buy something and then give it to their father. Then really Krishna is not in need of anything, but these are all arrangements just the process of devotional service itself that we're able to follow, sadhana bhakti, and being able to worship in temples, doing different aspects of service. These are all developed and given to us by Krishna, just so that we can purify ourselves and come to him. And I guess in our fallen state, sometimes things are perceived that, oh, Krishna needs me to do this. Krishna needs me to cook for him, or Krishna needs me, so I'll go do kind of do him a favor. Or, Krishna needs me to go clean or cut his grass, or sweep his floor, or do an arti for him. So I'll go do him a favor. And just the consciousness we have to be aware of, that we don't fall into. By seeing that always Krishna is, these are opportunities for us. Krishna is inviting us to come closer to him with that. I don't know if you have any thoughts you want to share about that.
Yes, Prabhuji. Actually, once I went to one of the temple president, I told him that, I would want to do some service to temple and Krishna. He said, but you have to change your consciousness. And he gave me one wonderful thing, wonderful example. So it is like Krishna doesn't need anything from you. It is for your purification you are going to do this service. Even if you don't do, someone would come and do for Krishna. So that should be our consciousness when doing service. So we are purifying ourselves. It is not we are giving some service to Krishna. So anyone can give service to Krishna. So yeah, that always reminds me that it is for our benefit we are doing the service. Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. That is a wonderful reflection. Yeah.
If there are no other questions or reflections, we can end the class here. Thank you again, Sesapati Prabhu, for doing this service.
Yes. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I bow down to all of you, and please forgive me if I spoke anything wrong and if I made any offenses to anyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So tonight we will have the happy hour at 5 o'clock, and tomorrow morning we'll meet again for Bhagavatam class at 7:50. And also just a reminder to everybody, tomorrow is the picnic and the Kirtan Mela. So please, all of you, join us. The information is all there in the newsletter. If not, you can contact me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. It's also Ekadasi today, just quickly.
Oh, yes.
So everybody.
Yes. Happy Ekadasi. So we'll see you all at 5 o'clock tonight then.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Vanshakoptarubhyascha, Krishna Sindhuvya, Vacha, Prapitanam, Pavanebhyo.